I'd been climbing up that mountain with my strength about to break. Every step was getting harder, didn't know how much I could take. Then my legs just gave out under me, couldn't walk no more. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, right there on the floor. I looked up from where I'd fallen, saw it standing tall and true, right at the exact spot where I couldn't make it through. It had been there all along, waiting for this very day. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, showed me the way. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, at the ending of my stride, right where I stopped walking, right where my strength died. The cross waited where my footsteps failed and picked me up again. Jesus said, I knew you'd stumble at this very place and time. That's why I put my cross here, to catch you when you climb. Now I'm leaning on that wooden beam, letting it hold my weight. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, at heaven's gate. All failures have location, where grace is meant to meet. The cross is always waiting, where we can't move our feet. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, like it knew I'd fall, stationed at my weakest point to answer mercy's call. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, now I'm standing tall. Yeah, the cross waited where my footsteps failed, save me from it all. Now I know that every failure has a cross already there. The cross waited where my footsteps failed, and showed me Jesus cared.
I'd been quiet for so many years, hadn't spoke a word, buried underneath the stillness, couldn't make myself be heard. Layers of unspoken pain had covered me like dirt. God found me buried beneath my own silence, knew I heard. I thought nobody would dig down, thought I'd stay below, hidden in the quiet where nobody'd ever know. But God came with a shovel, made of mercy and of grace. God found me buried beneath my own silence, saw my fate. God found me buried beneath my own silence, deep beneath the ground, where I thought nobody looked. That's where I was found. God found me buried beneath my own silence, and pulled me to the light. He said, son, I hear the prayers you never said out inside your silence. I hear them through the shroud. Now I'm learning how to speak again, how to use my voice. God found me buried beneath my own silence, gave me choice. Silence can become a grave where we bury who we are, but God digs through the quiet, no matter how deep or far. God found me buried beneath my own silence. God found me buried beneath my own silence, excavated my soul, brought me back to living, made my broken whole. God found me buried beneath my own silence. Now I'm speaking free. Yeah, God found me buried beneath my own silence, gave voice back to me. Now I don't stay silent, don't bury words inside. God found me buried beneath my own silence, and I'm alive.
I was lying in my bed, trying hard to fall asleep, but something in the darkness was making sounds so deep, coming through the plaster, echoing through the halls. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls. I thought I'd lock my feelings up, thought I'd shut them tight, but they were crying out for freedom somewhere in the night. My heart had found a way to speak despite my will. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls, so shrill. I heard my heart cry through the walls. It wouldn't stay silent anymore, sobbing through the structure beneath the bedroom floor. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls, and I couldn't ignore. I got up and followed that crying to its source. Found myself before a mirror, couldn't stay the course. My own heart staring back at me, tears running down. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls without a sound. Hearts will find a way to cry out what they feel. Even through the walls, they'll make their anguish real. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls, I finally let it speak. No more keeping it in prison, no more staying meek. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls, set my feelings free. Yeah, the night I heard my heart cry through the walls, and it was crying me. Now I listen to my heart, don't make it cry through walls. The night I heard my heart cry through the walls and answered its calls.
I'd bolted every door and window, threw away the key, built a room inside my soul where nobody could see, locked myself inside it, thought I'd stay there all alone. Grace walked into the room I locked shut, made it known. I heard footsteps in the darkness, saw light beneath the door. Thought, how did something get in here? I'd locked it from before. But grace don't need no invitation, don't need keys to enter in. Grace walked into the room I locked shut, despite my sin. Grace walked into the room I locked shut, through the bolted door.
Almighty door.
Didn't ask permission, just came through the floor. Grace walked into the room I locked shut and filled it up with light. Jesus said, son, there's no lock that can keep my love away. I'll find you in your hiding places, night or day. Now I leave the door wide open, don't lock nothing anymore. Grace walked into the room I locked shut, opened every door. We can't lock out mercy, can't bolt heaven away. Grace finds every entrance, no matter what we say. Grace walked into the room I locked shut when I thought I was alone.
The highway blow.
Broke through every barrier, made my prison home.
Grace
Walked into the room I locked shut, now I'm walking free. Yeah, Grace walked into the room I locked shut and unlocked me. Now I don't lock no rooms, don't hide behind closed doors.
Grace walked
into the room I locked shut and opened up much more. I was sitting in the blackness, trying hard to be alone. But one by one they found me, made themselves at home. Every wrong I'd ever done, pulled up a chair that night. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, blocked out the light. They didn't say a word at first, just sat there in the gloom. But their presence was so heavy, filled up all the room. I tried to get up and leave, but they held me in my place. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, face to face. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, wouldn't let me run, made me face the consequences of
of everything I'd done. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, and I couldn't look away. Then Jesus walked into that room, turned on every light, looked at all my sins and said, I paid for these tonight. They had to leave the table, couldn't sit there anymore. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, then hit the floor. Sins will come to sit with us in our darkest hour, but Jesus has the final word, and He has the power. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, but Jesus cleared the room, sent them all away from me, broke apart the gloom. My sin sat down beside me in the dark, but they couldn't stay. Yeah, my sin sat down beside me in the dark. Jesus sent them away. Now when darkness comes around and sins try to take a seat, my sin sat down beside me in the dark. But Jesus can't be beat. I was face down in the dirt on the side of Highway 9. Couldn't get up if I wanted, thought I'd cross the final line. But from somewhere in that dust cloud, I heard a voice so clear. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in, drawing near. It said, get up, beloved, this ain't where your story ends. You've got more life to live here, you've got wounds that I will mend. But I was so covered in the dust, couldn't see or hear. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in, persevered. Called my name from the dust I fell in. When I thought I was done, rising through the particles like the voice of God's own Son. Heaven called my name. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in and pulled me to my feet. I stood up from that dusty ground, shook off what I could, realized that the dust itself was speaking where I stood. God uses every element to call His children home. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in. I'm not alone. Heaven speaks through dust, through the lowest places here, calls us by our name until we finally hear. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in. wouldn't let me stay down, spoke through the destruction, turned my life around.
Heaven called my name.
Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in. Now I'm standing tall. Yeah, heaven called my name from the dust I fell in, and I answered the call. Now I listen to the dust for the voice that called me out. Heaven called my name from the dust I fell in, removed all doubt. Lord, heaven called my name. Heaven called my name, removed all doubt.
I was driving down that highway with my eyes about to break, trying hard to hold it in, trying hard to stay awake. But the tears came falling fast and hit the asphalt down below. The road took my tears before I could hide them, let them flow. I wanted to keep crying private, wanted to be strong, but the road absorbed each teardrop like it knew all along that I needed to release them, needed to let go. The road took my tears before I could hide them, let them show. The road took my tears before I could hide them, soaked them in its skin, accepted all my sorrow, every tear for every sin. The road took my tears before I could hide them and held them safe from me. I realized that the road was like the grace of God above, taking all our broken pieces, covering with love. Now I cry without shame, let my tears hit where they may. The road took my tears before I could hide them that day. But we don't have to hide our tears from the ground. The road takes what we're feeling and holds it safe and sound. The road took my tears before I could hide them, every single one. Didn't judge or question, just said let it be done. The road took my tears before I could hide them, made it safe to cry. Yeah, the road took my tears before I could hide them, and I don't know why. Now I let my tears fall freely on the road beneath my feet. The road took my tears before I could hide them, made my grief complete.
up my old identity, set fire to my past. Watched everything I used to be go up in flames so fast. Standing in the smoke and char, I thought it all was gone. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was at dawn. I didn't speak the words myself, my voice was full of smoke. But something in the burning said the things I couldn't invoke. Rising like a phoenix from the ruins of my name, a prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, took my shame. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, like incense to the sky. When everything was burning, it began to fly. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was and reached the throne of grace. God said, son, sometimes you have to burn to be remade. The prayer that rises from the ashes is the sweetest prayer that's prayed. Now I'm not afraid of burning, not afraid to die to self. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, nothing else. From the ashes prayers ascend, most pure and most sincere. When we've burned away the false, the real prayer appears. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, and God heard every word, turned my devastation into something heaven heard. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, made me someone new. Yeah, a prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, and it came true. Now I know that burning ain't the end of who we are. A prayer rose from the ashes of who I was, like a shooting star.
I'd bury those memories deep, cover them with time. Thought if I just moved forward, left them all behind. But the wind came through one evening with a message on its breath. The wind whispered what I tried to forget about death. It spoke of all the moments that I locked away with care, every hurt and every sorrow that I couldn't bear, bringing them back to surface, making them be known. The wind whispered what I tried to forget, made them shown. The wind whispered what I tried to forget in the quiet of the day, brought back every memory that I'd thrown away. The wind whispered what I tried to forget, and I had to face it all. I realized you can't forget what needs to be addressed. The The wind was God's reminder that I needed to confess. So I spoke them all out loud, gave them to the Lord. The wind whispered what I tried to forget, and I was restored. What we tried to forget, the wind remembers well, brings it back to heal us from the stories we won't tell. The wind whispered what I tried to forget, but forgiveness followed close, turned my painful memories into what I needed most. The wind whispered what I tried to forget. Now I'm finally free. It set me free. Now I listen to the wind for the truths I need to hear. The wind whispered what I tried to forget and made it clear.
The silence was so heavy I could barely catch my breath. Everything around me felt like loneliness and death. No sound to fill the darkness, no noise to ease my mind. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet. So kind. I thought the quiet would consume me, swallow me up whole. But then I felt his fingers wrapping round my soul. Didn't say a word, just held me through the still. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet on that hill. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet. In the silence of my fear, didn't need to speak, just made his presence clear. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet. That was all I needed then. I learned that sometimes comfort doesn't come in words or sound, just in the holding, in the holy common ground. Now when silence gets too heavy, I remember I'm not alone. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet. He shone. In the quietest nights, when silence feels too loud, God's hands are holding ours through the silence round. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet, stayed with me till dawn, didn't leave me lonely, just kept holding on. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet, made the silence sweet. Yeah, God held my hands when the night grew too quiet, and the night was complete. Now I don't fear the quiet or the silence of the night. God held my hands when the night grew too quiet, and everything's alright. The sun was just about to rise when I opened up my eyes. Saw a figure in the doorway that I'd learned to despise. It was fear itself incarnate, blocking out the light. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn that night. It said, where do you think you're going? You can't step into this day. You're too weak and too broken. Better stay where you lay. I almost closed my eyes again, almost gave up the fight. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn held tight. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, trying to block my way, telling me I couldn't face another day. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, but I had to get through. Then Jesus stepped up beside me, said, let's walk through together. We pushed past that fear standing there, changed my life forever. Now I face each dawn knowing fear can't hold me back. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, stayed on track. Fear will guard the doorway to every brand new day, but we walk through with Jesus, and fear must move away. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, and walked right through its frame. With Jesus there beside me, nothing stayed the same. I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn. Now I'm walking free. Yeah, I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, and dawn is welcoming me. Now every morning when I wake and face the doorway wide, I met my fear standing in the doorway of dawn, with Jesus by my side. I walked down to the water with a secret in my soul, something I'd been hiding, something I couldn't control. But standing at that riverbank, the current seemed to say, the river knew the truth before I could speak in that day. It flowed with understanding, moved with holy grace, like it had been waiting for me to show my face. I tried to form the words, but they wouldn't leave my mouth. The river knew the truth before I could speak it, north and south. The river knew the truth before I could speak it. Heard my silent confession, took my burden from me. Like a holy session, the river knew the truth before I could speak it, and set my spirit free. I realize that God hears truth before we find the words. He knows what we're carrying, every unspoken hurt. Now I come to the river when truth is hard to say. The river knew the truth before I could speak it, shows the way. Truth don't need a voice, don't need to be proclaimed. The river knows our secrets before they're ever named. The river knew the truth before I could speak it. Read it in my eyes, took my silent burden. Heard my voiceless cries, the river knew the truth before I could speak it. Made confessions complete. Yeah, the river knew the truth before I could speak it. Swept me off my feet. Now I bring my truths to the river, even when I can't speak. The river knew the truth before I could speak it. For the silence